Today I'm going to be making blueberry cookies. This recipe is from Princess Pinky Girl, and I will link below, right below this video. I'll put a link so that if you want to go there and print this out and make these cookies, you can. You need 1 cup of frozen blueberries. I'm using the Private Selection, which is a Kroger brand. You need one stick of butter softened. You need a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. You need 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then you need 2/3 cup of chopped vanilla almond bark. I have the almond bark. We are going to have to figure out how much 2/3 cup is, because this is how the almond bark comes. So we'll just have to figure that out. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and you want to prepare a cookie sheet with parchment paper. So I have one of these Reynolds baking papers on here. And then what you want to do first thing is you want to heat up your frozen blueberries on a medium skillet over medium-high heat. Once the blueberries have thawed and become mushy, about 4 to 5 minutes, take them off the heat and set them aside to cool down until they are warm or cool to touch. For fewer blueberry chunks, you can cook the blueberries longer until you can easily smash them with a spoon. So Kevin got 3 of these squares, and it ended up being 2. He cut it up, and 2 squares is your 2/3 cup that you need, which is in here. So we did 3, so 1 square is unnecessary, so you'll only need 2 squares. So this is what the blueberries look like, we should show you. And while they are cooling off, we are going to cream together the softened butter and the brown sugar and the white sugar. I scraped my bowl down. I'm going to move this to the side just so I can get to it easier. You want to put your blueberries in here once they're cooled off. And then we are going to mix this on high until the blueberries are mixed in as good as possible. So now you want to stir in your baking powder and your flour and just blend it in until it's just combined. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to mix in our white chocolate or almond bark. It's almond bark, not chocolate, and just until it's incorporated. So not a very long time. Directions say to use a 1½ inch cookie scoop. I have a small one, and I also have a larger one. I'm going to use the larger one because I don't know what size these are, but I like bigger cookies. So you're supposed to get like 16 cookies out of this recipe. I might not get 16 cookies. I might only get half that amount, but I want a good size cookie. These are going to be very pretty. I have 12 cookies here, and I still have dough left. So I will probably end up getting the 16 cookies that they say. But now we're going to bake these for, it says 9 to 10 minutes. I'm going to put mine in for 9 minutes, and then we'll check on them. This is what they look like when they come out. These baked for the full 10 minutes. They were definitely not ready at 9 minutes. Also, I got 19 cookies total. So these are apparently smaller than what the recipe called for, but that's okay. I got 19 and they're really pretty. So you want to just let them sit here for 5 minutes. That's it. And you can eat them warm or you can let them cool down completely. These soft and chewy blueberry cookies are packed with juicy berries and a hint of vanilla sweetness, easy to make and perfect for sharing. The prep time is only 15 minutes, cook time is 13 minutes, total time is 28 minutes. I guess the cook time is combining the time for the blueberry
and to cool off
and the bake time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh. But that still wouldn't be 13 minutes because I had them in the oven a full 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you have to cook the blueberries. So these are extremely soft. So if you want firmer cookies, they're going to have to stay a lot longer than 10 minutes.
The almond bark, if you let them like get to 100% room temperature, the almond bark will get firm, I'm sure.
Yes.
But right now it's still a little soft and sticky. Yeah, for all the blueberry we put in there, it's not a super strong blueberry. Is it?
No.
I mean, I like it.
I like it too, but I'm mainly getting the almond bark.
That's all I'm tasting.
They're a really nice texture, but I like ooey gooey cookies. So that is very appealing to me. They are not incredibly sweet cookies.
No, well, the almond bark makes them the sweetness.
The almond bark adds sweetness, but they're not like over the top sweet. If you wanted to add some more sweetness, then maybe when they came out of the oven, you could sprinkle a little coarse
like
sugar. Put some of that on the top to add some more sweetness. They're not like I'm used to very, very sweet though. And these are nice, but they're just not like over the top sweet. But I do like them quite a bit.
Which is surprising because they're basically a lot of sugar.
But you're not using a lot. You're not, this recipe.
That's true. Compared to the flour, you're not.
Compared to other recipes, other cookie recipes, this recipe does not have a lot of sugar in it compared to other cookie recipes.
Yeah. I'm okay with the sweetness level. My biggest thing is the blueberry flavor is just really, I mean, I'm okay with blueberries, and if it was really strong, I would be more vocal about it.
Right.
I don't hardly taste them, honestly.
Yeah, it goes away a lot when you bake them. It really does. But you still do get a little bit of it, but it's definitely not like you're eating just like if you were to have gotten them out of the freezer and then put them in a fruit ball or something, you're not tasting the blueberry like that. Or like, of course, like candy or something like that. It doesn't taste that way. It's very light.
Even a blueberry muff?
Blueberry muffins are stronger blueberry than this. Yeah, but they're a beautiful color. I do love the color. I do think they are very easy to make.
And they're good.
And I do think you could do this with all kinds of frozen fruits. When we were making these, Kevin said you could do this with frozen cherries or lots of other strawberries.
Well, I noticed the color, this purple color in the mix, and I was thinking, ooh, cherries would be cool in that because it'd be mixed up with red.
Right.
That'd be cool.
So you could do this with all kinds of frozen fruits. Just take your pick and do the same recipe and do the just swap out the fruit. But I do think they're good. They're just not as strong or as sweet as I thought they would be. But I think they're very nice, and I think everybody will like them because they're purple. It's a nice, like a grimace purple color.
You could almost do, if you do the cherry, you can make red. So you could have your blue and your red and just make regular sugar cookies as your white.
Oh, like if you want to have a red, white, and blue theme? Yeah, you could.
Because these are all, they're purple, but you could say they're blue.
Yeah, you could. I've seen that before where people use the blueberry on those cakes.
On flag cakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.